You're listening to the Bumpskey Show. Yeehaw!
I love you, John.
Shit, is that camera on? Turn that off. I don't want to be on the Bumpskey Show.
This place is awesome.
Yeah, let's give a plug to Future Stars Studio.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
All roads lead to Future Stars Studio.
We'll be coming again. If you have a band, get off your rear end.
Hold the mic up to your mouth, Brian. Hold the mic.
Oh, if you have a band, get off your rear end. Come here, rent some studio space, make a record, get off your ass, and go do it yourself.
Thank you, Brian.
Exactly.
That was very nice of you.
Yes, this is where
And
you do
Lone
it.
Wolf James is going to be Future Stars.
All
Broccoli
roads
Rob.
lead to Broccoli Rob. All roads lead to the Broccoli Rob.
All roads lead to the Broccoli Rob.
How's it going? We finally made it. Future Stars Studio. Thought I'd give you guys a real quick tour. This place is pretty cool. Check it out. Guys are getting ready to kick some serious ass. Gonna get really loud in a second. How's it going, Tina? One second and we'll get going, guys. Yeah, thanks, Sly. Appreciate it. Weird. The fucking out of the stage is like going up the fun. Check my foot pedals. Is that Ronnie Hum? Hey, is that Ronnie Hum or is that PA? Is that Ronnie?
It could be Ronnie's guitar.
Ronnie is on. That's just through the PA.
Yeah.
Baby, take me home. There you have it.
Lady. You're only 2 clicks away from Lone Wolf James.
Hey, dumbass. You clicked on the wrong link for your porn. But stay tuned. The Bumpskey Show is porn for your ears.
Don't say that you feel. Don't tell me something special we share. Lady, take me home. Tell me you're different. Tell me what meant for. Tell me you need me. Only here no more. Lady, take me home. In the world, longing down. Love is the moon. Lady, take me home. Take me home. I wanna be alone. I don't live on a phone. In a world talking down. Now is the moon. Baby, take me home. I wanna be alone.
This is Thor from Lone Wolf James, and you are watching us on the Bumpskey Show.
New England or Manhattan clam chowder?
New England.
New England.
Of course.
Do you know what a hoagie is?
Yes.
I do.
Sub.
Yeah, that's a sub.
Okay.
A grinder, a hero.
Is Nuno Betancourt better than Ralph Macchio?
Yes.
I saw it,
Yes. I just hung out with Nuno a couple days ago.
Yes, I saw that. That was Max's question. Because you guys saw Ralph Macchio in, what is that, Crossroads?
It was Steve Vai playing guitar.
Yeah. But Steve Vai lost to Ralph Macchio, right? So Ralph
Nuno
Macchio.
Betancourt would not have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, actually, when I said to Max that you went to Nuno's thing,
Yeah.
he's like, Nuno's like the best guitar player ever.
He's unbelievable.
That's great.
Unbelievable, yeah.
What was that, kind of like just a family
Yeah,
jam?
he
or-
does this thing called the Turkey Jam every year, and all his family gets together. But 3 members of Extreme were there, so they kind of just. But it was funny because they didn't play any Extreme stuff. They just got the family on stage. Extreme, Gary Sharon wasn't there, but the rest of them were, and they did like Purple Rain from Prince and Nirvana's Not Like Teen Spirit. They did, all kinds of Carry Away My Wayward Son and all this other stuff. So they did all these cover tunes,
Yeah.
So it was cool.
I tell you, I love that first Kansas album, Left Overture, man. That's a great album. I think it was the first album I ever bought, actually.
Who was it? Who was it? Don Kirshner.
Yes.
Don Kirshner was into them for millions with the record label.
Yeah.
And the record label said, if they don't do it where you're out, you're all out.
They did it, yeah.
And when they played him Carry On, he knew he had it.
Yeah.
He calls that the greatest rock song ever written because you can pull 5 separate hooks out of it.
Yeah.
This show is one day going to be bigger than Don Kirshner's rock.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's what we strive for.
We would love to be the house band.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm looking for a house band, guys.
Yeah, we
We'll have to move the show up to your area.
We could do that.
When you build,
We like driving on it.
When we build the big studio.
when you build the studio, build a room for me and my wife, and I'll come
yeah.
down the show from there.
There you go.
All right. Does Hooters allow you to wrestle with the servers during
No, I tried it. I
WWF?
keep
He
getting kicked
keeps getting
out.
thrown out.
you can't.
Every wrestling match, he's down there.
I'm down there.
Yeah.
So you can't. Yeah, no, I saw that.
I was happy because we had to come through Stamford, Connecticut to get here.
Uh-huh.
I was looking all over for that fucking WWE building. Man.
We saw it.
It's right on the
When we
highway,
did the
right?
last tour, we saw it on the way back.
Yeah.
It's on
Yeah, I think it's right on
95.
the
I'm gonna go
highway,
knock on
right?
that door.
Yeah.
It's big man, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I used to watch wrestling in the 70s all the time. What's your favorite wrestlers?
I'm probably the only one that's really
Oh,
into
you're
it,
the
but
only one.
yeah.
Oh, no. I'm just older than you.
Is that what it is?
I was Hulk Hogan. I was Bumpskey.
I don't know,
I
you
used to
know,
like Haystack Calhoun.
Haystacks go.
Oh, yeah.
I always like the classics, like Roddy Piper was
Roddy
one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah. Right.
And
He just passed away.
Jake the
recently, right?
Snake.
Jake the Snake, Ultimate Warrior, all those guys, but
All right. So you can't wrestle the Hooters girls, huh?
Huh?
You can't wrestle the Hooters girls.
no, you can
No.
try.
Only when they get out.
I'm gonna open up my own restaurant and call it Cheeks. So they
That's
can
not
just have
bad.
the butt cheeks hanging out like
Ass
the
cheeks.
Ass cheeks.
That's cheeks. There we go.
With the special drink will be like an ass martini or something.
We're gonna have Brian on the end to come just going, ass cheeks, you think
Ass
right?"
cheeks. Big it down. Jerry, you stupid dick. Shut up and play some indie music.
You were watching Lone Wolf James on the Bumpskey Show. Jerry, what the fuck? Will you shut up and play some indie music?
Whenever you speak, I am disconfused. Like so my soul, but 10 minutes of fame. But could you on the wall get the world to talk? It's a runaway train and then they know my name. Well, you can't tell me I don't think it's true. I think it's time I lay down the truth. Heard it sucks to be you. I ain't never to blame. Close your eyes on the mirror shame. Is it really that bad? Is your life that sad? What I hear is true. It sucks to be you. But nothing ever goes right. So you sit and you wait. It's okay if you criticize me. I keep feeling your blame. Since you got no dreams, no goals to reach to, does it make you feel with me, living down with you? Well, you can't tell me you don't think it's true. I think it's time we lay down the truth. Where it sucks to be you. I ain't never to blame. You close your eyes on the mirror shame. Is it really that bad? Is your life that sad? All I hear is true. It sucks to be you. sucks to be you. Oh, you never learn. On the mirror of shame. Is it really that bad? Is your life that sad? What I hear is true. Sucks to be you. What I hear is true. It sucks to be you.
The actual question was about the schedule coming up, which is a tour to try and, you guys are trying to raise money for autism.org.
Yeah, we rock for autism.org.
We rock for autism.org.
And if you want me to give you a quick rundown,
Absolutely.
I know the itinerary.
Okay, yeah.
Tomorrow night we are here in New Jersey at
Brighton Bar.
the Brighton Bar. Then the next day we get up and we drive down to Hagerstown, where we are playing a show, Hagerstown, Maryland. Oh my goodness, I wish
710?
at the 710.
Yeah, Sweet 7.
That's next to my hometown, so that's going to be a pretty big one.
Very cool.
And then unfortunately we have to drive 15 hours to Florida to play a 2-day festival.
2-day
Oh, yeah.
That's the very next day, right?
Unfortunate for the bus driver.
No.
Who's the bus? Brian's the bus driver?
Not for that whole trip.
No, we'll be switching off. I will be driving Luther for a little while. Yeah.
I'm tired, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Well, who's driving? I don't know. You better go check.
Somebody did a hiccup on that booking.
You should see, he turns around, he just gets out of the chair and walks back. Somebody better grab that way.
Yeah. Hey, you have to get
Going
ordered.
about 70 miles an hour down the highway. Okay, next. And he gets up and goes.
They'll do it. That was Jeff's initiation to driving the tour
Yeah.
bus.
But Brian does most of the driving, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Majority of. So they're going to be all over the place. Hopefully I'll have to show up before the tour is over. So if you hear this and you live in Florida probably by the time I get it up, ooh, that sounded good. Hopefully I'll get it up before then.
If you know a few of those while we're down there, we will be down there.
Alright, so that question went nowhere.
Okay, so as with most everything else, something has to go wrong. Having a little bit of an issue with our trailer. See if I can show you. Trying to get our hands on another trailer now, but this one isn't going any further. Just about dragging on the ground. But rest assured, we will solve the problem. We will be at the show. Keeping you all posted.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Shit, you turn that camera on. I don't want to be on the Bumpskey Show. You're watching the best indie music on the Bumpskey Show.
So we made it to Pennsylvania, and wouldn't you know it, the bus doesn't start. But we were at a friend's house and we were able to hitch up the trailer to one of their rigs and we made it to the show. I don't know if you can see it. That's the show, the place, and it's really beautiful. I'm going to post some pictures inside. So, on the agenda for after the show is fixing the bus, because we have to be in Florida tomorrow night for a show. This is so much fun. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good news, the bus is running.
We got it running. It's a shorted wire. Trailer's gone. Bus has been gone. PA blew out. And we're pretty much gone.
Yep.
But we're getting on the road and we're going.
We're going to make it happen.
We're off to Florida.
See ya.
Come on for the ride.
Yeah, that's what they call me. Yeah. Nothing made me get with a capital. Yeah, that's what they call me.
you could raise a musician from the dead, who would it be?
Jim.
That's a good one. What'd you say?
He said Jimmy. I can't say Jimmy. Or Keith Moon, one of the two, yeah.
Ron doesn't sing, so he doesn't know what to do with a microphone either.
I know what I would have. I would have loved to have heard Bon Scott sing Back in Black.
Okay, so you would raise Bon Scott. Who'd you say, Ron?
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimmy. I'm with Jimmy.
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison. I'm with Jim Morrison.
I'm with him, with Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison.
Yeah, most definitely.
Let's see. All right, this is for everybody but Gary, obviously. How did you guys meet Lone Wolf James? We'll start with Jeff. How did you meet Lone Wolf James?
Actually, it was probably Brian to start with better because I met Gary through Brian through the recording studio.
Okay.
I was in the recording studio recording an album with my other band, and Gary was in there and Brian was recording the album. I was listening to music and I was like, this is the sound that I've been looking for like for 25 years. And Brian actually came into the band because Gary had a drummer switch and his bass player was got a job offer in Sweden, and he took the job offer, so he needed a bass player quickly. So I just got finished recording the album with my other band. I said, guys, I love you, but I gotta go try it over here.
That's why places like this are cool, because if you record in your basement, that'll never happen.
Oh, exactly.
You know, so that's why places like this need to survive.
But I was searching for a certain sound, and as soon as I heard all of Gary's music, it's like, I really love to play in that band.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Brian is the troublemaker.
He's a troublemaker.
Right, so
now you actually have to hear the story.
well, we'll save him for last. How'd you meet him, Ron?
I met Gary. I answered one of his ads. I'm not sure where it was.
Do you remember the ad what it said, Gary?
It was a.
It was the ad that I posted. I said, I'm looking. All I said was,
Were you a back page girl?
I said,
I didn't know. I answered his ad on you naughty thing, you. He's looking for Joe Perry / Jimmy Page, and I says, I gotta answer this guy's ad. You know? I was in a cover band before that, and you know, I like doing originals. I don't like to do covers, and I don't know, it just wasn't happening for a while there. So I just picked up and looked at an ad one day, and I said, that's where I gotta go. And it was like an hour and a half away from my house, everything for practice. I didn't care. I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna go out there.
Now, was it an internet ad or like a newspaper ad?
Yeah, it was something like that. What'd you put that?
Yeah, it was like it was almost like a Craigslist.
Craigslist?
And I was so fucking fed up.
One of the musician website things.
It was just like, you know, you could do all these different things, like you could write paragraphs, and what I ended up doing was saying just literally what he said. Joe Perry / Jimmy Page, where the fuck are you? And then he answered
right here.
That's how my son got his lead singer. Through Craigslist.
Yep.
And I mean, basically, you know, it all rolled into after that. I had heard an album from a friend of mine, mutual friends with Brian, and I loved the way it sounded. And I was just gonna start recording my album. And I was just like,
Which album?
The new one, the one that we just, the one that we're touring on now. And I was happy with my prior albums. I've been very, very pleased with them, but they never sounded the way sonically how I heard it in my head, you know. And everything, all the engineers I had were all like, they were good blues players, or they were good like, you know, fusion rock. None of them were rock guys.
Right.
And when this guy told me, the guy my friends told me about, is that I heard their album. I'm like, where'd you record that? And they told me it was Brian's studio. So I go, well, I'm gonna feel him out. So I went and I walked in there, and the first thing I saw was a giant painting of Jim Morrison next to a poster of Ozzy. You know,
so you knew he understood rock.
AC/DC Back in Black album on the wall. I went, yeah. And then so we sat down and we were just talking about music and whatever. And he's like, come on in, and, you know, I'll record a couple songs. Let's see if we hit it off. We knew what each other was thinking right off the bat. We went in there, and then, like I said, something happened. It got to a point where I was passing ways with my last drummer, and he was already doing the songs in the studio, like recording. And he goes, "Man, I'll play this stuff easy." Boom. So he ended up taking the drummer job, and that's when Jeff came in.
Cool.
You know, and so that's the foundation right here.
All right. So give the mic to Brian. Let's see what Brian's got to say. What do you got to say about this, Brian? Oh, wait. Let me lean up against the door for a second.
Yeah, we're gonna be here a while. Hold on. Try to get comfortable.
Get comfortable, Brian.
We take the aluminum Q-37 space model.
Ludicrous Pete, go!
You know, my mom was a Presbyterian organist. My brother's got a Dr. Green concert piano performance. My sister teaches autistic kids music. My dad was a math teacher. I love rock. You know, I love...
Oh, then I got to do my job here now. I got to keep you focused. How did you meet Lone Wolf James?
I had done 3 albums with the band called Mindset X, and the album that he heard was one of the ones where I was like, wow, I'm really, really getting good at this producing thing.
Right.
And Gary had done shows with Mindset X, and Gary heard the album that I did with them, and we hit it off for a moment.
So he basically just called you? You weren't at a
He
gig?
called, and I said, come over, come check the place out.
Cool. And it was a place like this, right?
No,
Was it-
Drumlin Downs was very different. It was in a late 1700s
That's right,
estate
yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, you know.
And the walls were made out of cow shit, which is the best stuff for sound.
That's right.
Or cow.
Horsehair
Wait,
plaster. Horsehair plaster.
It was a rock and roll bed and breakfast.
It had something about it. People like to come there. I
Lots
did
of
a
vodka.
ton.
Yeah.
That's what we always saw Bumpskey as, like buying a hotel, having bands there for the weekend, doing the show from there.
Yeah.
You turn your keys in on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
You get them back on Sunday.
Well, sometimes Monday.
Yeah, and now that they're legalizing weed, it'll be even a better party.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Gary called you basically,
Yeah.
and you guys hit it off, and
I
everything
love the
was good.
songwriting. I love the songwriting.
Did you listen to some of his older albums,
No.
or just the new stuff, and
Just
that was
the
it?
new stuff, and it was so well formula driven.
Which was probably a good thing because you weren't trying to match what somebody else screwed up.
Right.
You were going in with your own mindset and
Right. Exactly.
trying not to duplicate shit.
No.
Or at least, you know, I have all the CDs and they're great.
Yeah.
But I know what Gary's saying, that you have a sound in your mind, and as much as you try and explain it to somebody else, they want to do what they want to do.
Yeah. As Phil from Jack DuPont said, we went to a studio and we found the beef we were looking for. And it, for some reason, I like that 70s fat
In your
rock
face.
sound.
Right.
Yeah.
The jam that you did today, because we'll have some video. You guys did a cool jam.
We basically did a extended version of the song Wicker Man.
No, but before that, like at one point you said you guys just kind of did was it gradient or something? Or
Hypertension.
hypertension.
Yeah, it's a musical. It's instrumental.
Yeah, so you
It's on
guys
the
will
new
see
album.
that.
Yeah.
We recorded
Yep.
that today. And there's a jam at the end of Wicker Man.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get the full set list from you guys if you can remember what you did. Otherwise,
I could try.
I'll have to, maybe I can play
we threw
some
in
of
some
it.
more stuff. We threw in songs like "Sucks to Be You," "Trouble."
See, those songs I know. 'Cause
More
I've
than
heard
you
them all
know.
the
More
time.
than you know.
Just
we
a
gave you
ball.
Cradle to Grave.
Yeah, you know what? I'll probably be
Wrap
at
your
the jam
lips.
festival.
Wrap Your Lips.
Wrap
Yeah.
Your Lips we did.
Jerry, you stupid dick. Shut up and play some fucking indie music. Shames on the Bumpskey Show.
The CD came out when? May?
March of 2016.
March, okay. Any plans yet for a new one? Or?
Technically, yes. I mean, we're going to go in, we're going to bring back some of my other stuff, we're going to write some new songs, we're going to re-record some stuff, but this is still really the new album. This one hasn't even cracked the surface yet.
Right.
And I mean, to me, this is our appetite, our Back in Black. I think if the right person gets it in their hands, you have 5 or 6 singles easy off this album.
Cool.
And I think it'd be a waste to just go, well, okay, we wrote it, it's 2 years old, shelf it and write a new album. I mean, if we write new stuff, great. But this album could get us, we could be on tour for 3 years on this album easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, that's the way the music industry is now, since there's not one focal point to get music from, because everybody's either on Spotify or Pandora, or, everybody's all over the place, that you don't get like 100,000 people hearing it right away. It takes a while to get out there when you're promoting it yourself.
Well, that's just it. Even when you promote yourself, even if you that new album, look on Facebook. There's 2 billion users on Facebook.
Yep.
Right.
You could launch an album, and it's a brand new album to everybody for years and years and years because you're not contacting all those people.
Right.
And the more you market it, the more you get it out there.
Well, you're talking to the king of that. I play songs from 2000, and people go, "That's great,
That's
Jerry."
right. When did that
And
come
I'm
out?
like, "Yeah, that's classic indie music now."
Yeah.
So you're talking
That's the
to.
beautiful part about the internet.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the musicians are getting discouraged is because they want to get signed, they want to do the labels, and nobody's buying CDs anymore. But it's just all about marketing and getting fans and having fans follow. If you get a real fan and you can market to them and just keep those fans coming in through the internet, which is a beautiful place because there's just billions of people out there. You just have to reach out to them.
Yeah, and you guys do it. You guys do it well. I see you guys got a good bunch of fans that are loyal.
Oh yeah,
So
I mean,
that's
just
good.
build a following and you just try to reach as many people, and hopefully your fans enjoy it and they share it to all their friends, and it just.
Jeff, if you could replace anybody in the band, who would you replace?
Look at
with?
that, you got the shakes on that.
What major living musician, if you could replace somebody in the band, who would it be?
If I could replace anyone in this band,
Yes.
and
So you know it's going to be Brian every time.
well, yeah, of course it was, and I would love to have Neil Peart behind that kid.
Okay, no.
I love me.
I won't. Do you want to do it, Gary? I don't want to put you on the spot. You want to do it?
Me?
Yeah. I don't want to put you on the
Who
spot.
would you put behind them?
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
So I have to replace one of my guys?
Yeah, but you know what? Ryan's good with it because he
I'm out.
just wants to produce.
Yeah.
okay.
You all can fire me.
Okay.
As long as
Okay,
you-
who would you
You're
pick
like,
for a drummer?
hey, you're like Johnny Ramone, right?
Yeah.
No, not Johnny. Who was the other Ramone, the drummer? He became the producer.
You can get Tommy Lee.
Tommy
Yeah, Tommy
Ramone.
Lee we could get.
Tommy Lee. Well, the oldest young brother was the producer of.
Yeah,
tons of
but
those.
Tommy Ramone started out as the drummer and then he was the producer.
So yeah.
So Brian doesn't care. So let's just make the question: if you had to replace the drummer in your band, who would you replace
He
him
wants
with?
Tommy Lee.
I'd get Tommy.
Ron, what do you say?
Keith Moon.
Keith Moon, there we go.
There you go. Well, I'm glad I'm in good company.
Yeah.
You know,
That's not too
at least
bad.
you didn't say, Mo, Larry, and Curly.
Yeah, or like the girl from the White Stripes.
Exactly. At least the bastard's got a word for it.
That's it.
This is Thor from Lone Wolf James. You are watching the best indie music on the Bumpskey Show. Better watch it.
You're watching Lone Wolf James on the Bumpskey Show.
Yesterday walking to someone who cares. Say me all preaching, with rockin' my tail.
like to accomplish as a band? They only got a couple more.
Individually or all of us together?
Whatever way you want to handle it.
We want a Grammy Award.
Grammy? That would mean that you made it if you got the Grammy.
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah, some of the crap
just
that
wanna
you
get
see on
that
the Grammy
person
Awards.
not
Oh, it's horrible, man.
Give me one of them.
It's fucking horrible.
I think the biggest thing is, I mean, as cliche as it is, I'd like to someday just do, have a big enough career that the four of us in 25 years are standing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That'd be cool.
You know what I mean? Because as much as it's cliche, it's
Yeah.
like, you know what, you did it, like, we could be then, you know, old men in our 70s or whatever, and standing there going, we did it.
I was gonna start an indie rock and roll Hall of Fame like when we first started, but then I thought it was kind of cheesy, but somebody already did anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, can I answer this one too?
Yeah.
All right. So we pull into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Luther,
Right.
1997.
Luther is the tour bus.
Yeah,
Right,
there is
the
a
tour
tour
bus.
bus.
We pull up along
That's
8 beautiful tour buses. 8 of them.
Right.
Yeah. I remember that.
And so we go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we stick our CD in their window and shit, and we put a naked girl out, the doll out the window, and who's this? And so we come out, and one of them's got the generator running, and the door's open. So we come around and we meet the head of security who does the tour bus, and that was all the crew for Bruno Mars.
Right.
Yeah.
If I could have any wish, aside from watching my kids grow old, I wish for this band to be able to go do that. You know, we're good musicians, we write great music, we have great heart. I want 8 fucking tour buses supporting my tour bus. Bruno's wasn't even there. That was the staff putting together the show for him to play at next door to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that would be it. That would be it. Wouldn't that be nice for us just to be able to go do that day in and day? You know what? I want to end 3 years on the road saying, I'm fucking beat, I don't want to see you guys for 6 months. wouldn't that be nice to be Bon
Worst
Jovi?
things could happen, right?
I know. We just want to play.
That's cool.
We like playing music. We have some of our best shows right now on rehearsal.
I mean, a lot of bands are lazy. You know, they go in, they do their Spotify one hit, and then they go out and they play a local club for 2 nights or something, and they piss and moan about it. Like we're sitting here going, this is like with the record industry. We're like, we got our own bus. We're ready to tour. The album's out.
Yeah.
All you fucking morons have to do is book dates and release the album on the radio.
Right.
You know, and we're trying to do that ourselves because they can't do that part of it either. You know,
Right.
and it's like, so I think a lot of it is we're workaholics. We're like workhorses. We're old school. And it's like, you know what? You're not going to do it. We're going to do it ourselves. And, you know, and now I mean we're going from Boston to Jersey to Maryland to Florida, and we're back, and we did it.
Yeah.
We did it. We're driving
have to pay the
ourselves,
manager, we
setting
have
up
to
our
pay
own damn
promoters.
gear.
And we're just going to keep doing it until we get Bruno's fucking bus.
Yeah,
I'm taking his bus.
So
Even if we have to steal it.
They go by, they leave that general.
Hold my beer!
I got that.
So when I'm watching CNN and I see Bruno's bus was stolen, I know we did it.
We did it.
Just
Look at the
turn
blonde hair flying out the window.
Exactly.
We'll take that.
All right, so that's gonna wrap up the interview, guys. I want to thank you guys for coming. I had
Thank
a good
you. We've had a
time.
wonderful
Thank
time.
you.
We had a great page. We're
Oh, yeah.
almost to
Do
11,000.
you want to shout out to anybody in particular in the Wolf Pack? Make somebody happy?
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Our girl Kim at home. She's she's been my merch girl. She's been in with me longer than the band. You know.
Yeah.
Kiki Bleisha of Ion Indie Magazine.
Yeah.
We love you.
Lisa Norman.
Yes.
Up in Maine.
Yeah.
She helped book the tour, and she may end up doing some management for us and stuff. So we'll throw that out to her.
Wayne Benson of Boston Rock Radio.
Yep.
He's
Places
always
for
been behind
you.
us.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we can't forget Mama Wolf. Who
Mama Wolf.
We love Mama
Who
Wolf.
feeds the band.
Feeds the pack, man.
Hey guys, I'm kicking into those beans tomorrow.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh
That's
boy.
it.
Might want to take a shout out to a
Dave
couple of our
fucking
sponsors.
two.
Oh yes.
Like Rochester Toyota, Lisa, we love you. Thank you for supporting us.
Exactly. Stonehead.
Stonehead.
We got oh my goodness. Yeah, I've got to bring the thing with
Yeah,
us.
you gotta
from
bring
now
all
on.
the sponsors. We can run off the sponsors.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
a lot
But
of-
all the our
commercial-
tour got paid for by corporate sponsorship. And
That's very cool.
We're so proud of that. with
Yeah,
that.
that's very
Old Rail.
cool, man. It's hard to
Real,
do.
real, real pizza place.
Old Rail Pizza. Oh, yeah.
Barnsies.
Barnsies.
Yeah.
Oh, how about that pizza they make? They make a prime rib pizza.
It is incredible.
All right, everybody, it's that time. It's time for Scotso News.
Everyone, what's going on?
What's up, Scotso?
What kind of news you into? I have to move this closer. I can't read this.
How they hanging? Go ahead, move it. Move it, man.
I
Move
gotta move
it.
this closer because I can't see shit.
Well, why don't you move closer? Okay, there you go. There you go. I'm adjusting to you.
Okay.
Scotso's old and getting blind. Now the microphone isn't in the right position though. So hold on. Let me set the mic up for Scotso. Let me see.
How's that?
How's
that?
Is that comfortable for you?
That's comfortable.
Okay. Just look at the microphone though when you talk. That's all.
Okay, yeah, but I have to see the stories because I can't
All
see
right.
anything.
Well, read it and then put it in your memory bank and then look at the microphone and talk. All right. All right, or else we're gonna fire you like they fired with Matt Lauer.
Yeah.
We're gonna Matt Lauer you right the fuck out of here, dude. So you better look at the microphone. Good. And don't sexually harass the microphone.
Okay. We got stories of sexually molested. I just saw on the news where the soccer ball Wilson said Tom Hanks molested him. He fondled him. I just saw that in the news, man.
Wilson. How much is he suing for?
I don't know. Spaulding's lawyers are taking up the case.
Yeah, well, poor Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
He was caught grabbing balls during the Castaway. Was it Castaway, the name of the movie?
Yeah.
During the Castaway filming, Tom Hanks was allegedly filmed fondling some balls.
Yeah, and rumor has it he was coming on the ice skates he found.
All right, but that's not a true story, everybody. We made that up.
Yeah.
But we figured since every time you turn the news on, they're popping up with somebody, we'd pop up with somebody. I guess, do we know of anybody? I know of a guy, like, one time I worked in a deli when I was like 19 years old.
Yeah.
And this guy cornered me in the refrigerator and I guess tried to have me have sex with him.
Oh, yeah.
And I pretty much just quit and walked out. That's how I handled it. I was just like, dude, you're skeeving me out. I'm out of here. He's like, no, you don't have to quit. I was like, yeah, I do have to quit. So I just left. That was my sexual harassment experience in my life.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. Did you ever have one?
No.
Yeah, no. Scott said
I tried to not put myself in a position for that to happen, even at that age.
Yeah. Well, I was at work, dude.
Yeah.
I was working. And you've been in tons of bars, so what the fuck are you talking about? You were telling me a story you used to drive strippers home.
Yeah, I didn't molest them.
No, but you said you didn't put yourself in a position. They could have molested you.
You know, I wouldn't have put up a fight.
Oh, so then it's not molesting then.
Yeah.
Then it's only unwanted sexual advantage.
No, because they knew they were getting a gentleman, taking him home.
Let's look at Scotso. Gentleman.
Gentle.
We're never going to find anything. But Scotso could actually run for president.
Gentle as a lamb.
Yeah, Scotso, except for some of the things he said in his life that we have on tape, I could be like Billy Bush, right? Is that guy?
Yeah.
I could be like Billy Bush if Scotso runs for president. I could pull out a whole bunch of shit.
I'd go for it, dude, because you've been my friend 35 years or whatever, so my whole life was pretty much in those tapes.
Yeah, I could Billy Bush you, no problem. I mean, we got tons of just...
Now, if you could Billy Cush me, that'd be better.
We could cush you later.
Cush me once, and cush me twice, and cush me once again.
But we got shows like me and Scotsa did like 8-hour shows where we're just rambling for 8 hours, and I'm sure I've got tons of stuff on those.
Dude, what do you got, like 200 tapes?
Yeah, nobody's ever going to listen to those. They're just in boxes.
200 tapes, so like, we'd have like 8 tapes a day or something.
Yeah, remember that when we used to do tapes?
Yeah, we had like 8 tapes a day.
Scotso's job was to flip over the cassettes and label them. That was Scotso's job on the show.
Yeah. when I was a schmo.
Yeah, I think on those days I got 3 tapes instead of 8. All right, so the first news story is...
All right, starting in May, the British Columbia, not British Columbia, the UK will get free Wi-Fi in areas that never had it before.
Wow.
By a drone with solar panels.
Don't fight me, Scott. So
sorry, dude.
Because I want to make it so I can hear you.
Okay. If sorry about that. So, but guess who wants to pimp this out?
Who wants to pimp out the free internet through drones?
Yeah, solar panel drones. Guess who wants to pimp it out?
It's got to be that Elon Musk dude.
Facebook.
Oh, Facebook? I thought Facebook was using like balloons or something. I was like, I had saw at one point that Facebook like put balloons over, I think, Puerto Rico so they could have the internet or something.
They're trying everything now, man.
Well, that's cool. I think everybody should be able to see a cat play with a fucking fuzzball.
If it wants to, yeah.
You know, if you're starving in Africa, why shouldn't you be able to watch a cat playing with a fuzzball on YouTube?
But it's probably going to be like anything else, with, depending on the weather.
Yeah. Anything wireless is weather related.
So the solar panels, how's it going to work when it's cloudy and rainy?
Well, it'll store up energy, I think.
Probably.
And its little battery pack that it'll have. That's why I'm saying the balloons are kind of a better idea,
Yeah. Well, you would think they could go higher.
Yeah, and then they don't run on anything. They just float.
Right.
So they can last forever. All right. I just want to also mention, you may notice that Scotzo is wearing a Lone Wolf James t-shirt, which is part of their Rock for Autism tour. And you can pick one up at lonewolfjames.com. Let's see if I can work the camera while Scotzo gets up and shows off the shirt. Up.
Here's the back. Can you see the freaking hump?
Okay.
All
right. And there's the... Hold on. I'm working the camera backwards, everybody.
All right, there you go. Looks pretty good.
All right.
Just sexy for the show.
So, Lone Wolf James, they're doing a Rock for Autism tour. You can get the t-shirt, and I think it's packaged with this brand new CD from Lone Wolf James. So go over to www.lonewolfjames.com. Lone Wolf James, the featured band on the show this week. And as you saw, the first band to come into the studio and be on the show. So we want to thank them for that. All right, so they're going to put a drone over the UK.
Starting in May.
So poor people can get the internet.
Yeah.
Just what they need.
Yeah. If they're poor, how do they have the internet? But
I don't know if they have a computer. I guess these days, like even like homeless people have like computers or cell phones or something.
Yeah. I mean, you would think they have something because there's places, but it's not like around here where it's every other store. You have to drive like 10 miles to get to it or something.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Have you ever seen a homeless person with a cell phone?
Yes, because they have these things they call burners.
Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering who a homeless person calls.
Right.
It's like...
It goes the guy in the next crate.
And you know what? And it doesn't have to be logic, because one time I was down in Atlantic City, and this guy must have won big in a casino.
Yeah.
And he just came into like Roy Rogers and bought everything on the menu. I was standing there. I was a kid, and I heard him. He's like, "I want everything on the menu." And the manager was like, "No, you don't." And he's like, "Yeah, I want everything on the menu." And then he tried to give the food away to people that came in,
right? And
nobody would take it. I felt bad for the guy. I guess he figured he wanted to feed everybody that had fed him.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was a cool thing. I'm sure he could have gotten the food if he wanted to.
Yeah, so I felt bad that nobody would take this guy's food.
All right, dude. The next story we have is, self-driving cars, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, did you know self-driving cars has an algorithm that decides if it's a really bad car accident, who dies?
That's interesting. Because then what's the next step? It's like you start saying bad things about the car as it's driving you around, and it goes, F this guy, man. Next chance I get.
This car gets one more flat tire, I'm throwing the shit in the river.
And then the car's like, oh, yeah, really? F this guy, man. Next chance I get into an accident.
I'm definitely swerving into his door.
So if you don't understand that, basically into the computer program, what it does is it built in an algorithm where it goes, okay, this is going to happen anyway, even though it's supposed to stop everything from happening. And what are the chances of the other person surviving, and what are the chances of this person surviving? And then once it decides who has a better chance of surviving, it gives up pretty much the other person. Then it goes, okay, well, then this person, we can sacrifice this person. But it doesn't matter because kids will be hacking into those cars and driving you off bridges anyway.
Yeah. But that's how little life means to people now, dude. They have to put in an algorithm to decide. You know, wouldn't you make the car safer or something?
I thought it's not supposed to get into an accident, period.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the idea, but I guess they're thinking about the other driver that's not self-driving, you know? So.
Well, it's supposed to not be able to, I don't know. That sounds a little weird to me, but the whole self-driving car thing, I think, is something that's going to be tough to handle because anybody could hack into it. Scotzo could hack into the system and start driving you around.
And my handshake, okay?
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Forget it. With a joystick, you'd be like,
I'd say high score.
You'd be like, hey, what is there, an earthquake happening under my car?
Yeah.
No, that's Scotzo just driving you. All right, so the algorithm is built in to decide who it should give up if there's going to be a fatal accident. Interesting. So be nice to your car.
Yeah.
I believe the tour bus for Lone Wolf James was called Luther.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, maybe we'll use that in like a trivia question to win one of the T-shirts they gave me. We'll see. I also have 2 CDs to give away, so we'll have to figure out something for that too. All right, sorry, Scott. So next story.
It's okay. Okay, I'm going to save the best story for last. A Holocaust survivor has donated $1 million to U.S. veterans, $500,000 to the Wounded Warriors, and $500,000 to the Red Cross. He said he's thanking them for freeing him when he was captured by the Nazis in France in 1944.
Good for him. You should be thanking him. We should all be thanking him. These are kids that got drafted that didn't have a choice. But they're all pretty much dead now, right?
You would think so. This guy's, 84.
Yes, I got to think most of the World War II veterans are dead. So we can still make it up to the Vietnam veterans, maybe. And then everybody after that, it was just a job that you signed up for. So when you give me free medical and free psychological... I've been abused many years in the work field by bosses. I got PTSD, right?
Yeah.
I got what does that stand for?
PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder.
I got that from my previous bosses. So I need some help. All right, so he donated $500,000.
No, $1 million. $500,000 to Wounded Warriors and $500,000 to the Red Cross.
Now, does he do this all the time, or was this a one-shot deal?
They didn't say whether he's done it before or not, but,
Very nice of him. Maybe his kids didn't like it so much, but that was pretty nice of him.
All right, dude, this is the best story we got. A man in Britain claims he lost his eyesight during sex.
See, no wonder Skitter likes the news, because we do mostly British stories on this news. He lost his eyesight. Now, was it temporary loss of eyesight?
He lost his sight in his left eye, and the doctors determined it was from having vigorous sex. He had his back arched and his eyes closed when he orgasmed.
So kind of too much pressure on his eye or something?
Yeah. They have a move for that. They have a name for the sex move he did.
And do you have that name?
Yes, I do.
Let's hear it.
Valsalva maneuver.
The Salva maneuver.
Right, meaning we turned up the abdominal. He tightened up his abdominal muscles.
What a crock of crap.
and caused blood vessels in his eyes to explode.
You know what? I can't believe that doctors can figure that out. But like,
who knew how to maneuver, dude?
Yeah, but any other disease, they can't figure it out. That shit, and when it comes to sex, they can figure out everything about sex. They can figure out how to put a baby in a guy's body. They can figure out how to turn a man into a woman, how to turn a woman into a man. They can figure out this guy popped his eyeball, did a Popeye, right?
From the Valsalva maneuver.
Yeah, so now they call him Popeye. His name is now Popeye from...
Alrighty.
Yeah, or La Salva. And of course they knew he was leaning more to the left side because his left eye popped out. If he was leaning more to the right side, his right eye would have popped out.
He tightened up his abdominal muscles.
During sex. Doesn't everybody tighten up their abdominal muscles during sex?
Who knows, dude? But who knew we had a name?
Well, at least before sex, because you want to look like you're skinny, so you suck in your gut, right?
Forget me. Forget it. I got Dunlap disease.
But yeah, you're always sucking your stomach in. During sex, before sex, doesn't matter. Because you want to look skinny. I don't know. That doctors in the UK, thank God, you guys got it all figured out. The UK's kind of hung up on
it's
sex.
It's psychedelic.
Yeah, they're into kinky stuff in the UK, like tightening their abdominals during sex. Ooh. Who even knew that was a thing?
He said a bad word. The Valsalva maneuver. That offends me.
Ooh. So that's it? Those are all your stories?
Yeah, that's it.
We were actually talking about something before that I wanted to bring up, but I forgot. Oh, well, it is Christmas, so Scotto had a Christmas story.
Yeah,
So wait, chase your kids away from the screen right now, because since the news was so clean this week, they might have been watching with you. But now it's time for Scotto's Christmas story, which means all children must leave.
You can tell them if you want later on.
Yeah, clean it up.
After they've had some spiked eggnog.
After you get them drunk. Which we don't recommend. But that's what my parents used to do to me when I had a toothache.
How do you expect them to sit down after all those sugar cookies that they've been eating the night before? You're going to have to give them vodka Valium lattes or something.
When I was a kid, my parents used to put like whiskey on their finger and rub it on my gum. And
I think every town did that. I think everybody did that.
Yeah, and that was kind of like your go to sleep thing too. Okay, shut up, go to sleep.
Now they have the knockout juice, NyQuil.
Yeah, or some other kind of stuff. All right, so here you go. Here's Scotto. Since this is kind of the last show before Christmas, or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or whatever holiday you celebrate, Scotto celebrates Christmas. So Scotto's going to do a Christmas story right now.
Okay, this is the story of how the angel got on the Christmas tree. It was the week of Christmas. It wasn't cold. There was no snow. It was actually pretty sunny. So being that, the reindeer couldn't practice the reindeer games, the elves were fighting amongst themselves because they wanted to go out and play. They didn't feel like making the toys. And Santa kept losing weight instead of being a fat pig like it's supposed to be every year, right?
Santa.
Right, so he's fighting Mrs. Claus. So all hell breaks loose one day. The elves are fighting with the reindeers, toys are being thrown. Santa and Mrs. Claus are saying bad stuff to each other. All hell's breaking out.
It seems to me they need to legalize marijuana in the North Pole.
Yeah. All of a sudden you get on the door. It's the angel dragging behind him the Christmas tree.
Nice sound effects.
He asked that question, where would you like it? The rest is history. Yeah.
Very good, Scott. So, do you have any other Christmas stories while we're on the Christmas story thing?
The show was clean up until this point, so I just have bad Santa jokes.
All right, let's hear some bad Santa jokes. What the hell? This way, people could tell these at their sexual harassment trials.
Well, it's not bad Santa jokes, but it's naughty Santa jokes. Why doesn't Santa have any babies?
I don't know. Why doesn't Santa have any babies?
He comes once a year, and that's down a chimney.
Eee.
Ba-dum-bum.
All right. I've heard that one.
Yeah.
That's it? I thought you'd have
I
100
have
of them.
offensive ones, but I'm not going to go there.
Okay. So Scotto is actually kind of censoring himself. Look at that. It's not the uncensored Scotto for Christmas. It's the
I
censored.
could tell it, but I don't. I tell it every year to my friends and family. So.
Nah, I don't want you to feel like you're saying something you don't want to say. So we'll.
No, I say it all the time, actually, because it's a good holiday.
All right,
I will tell you this joke. The difference between a snowman, a snow woman, and snowballs.
Okay, see, that's good. These are like jokes that you can tell your kids so far. All right, so I'm trying to think of any other news that's going on. No other news. Don't forget, Lone Wolf James was on the show this week. We'd love to have other bands on. Any other bands that want to be on the show, please get in touch with us. And also go to Lone Wolf James's website. Right now they're on a tour to kind of raise money and attention for autism, which has become a huge issue for children here in the United States. I think you're born with autism, or you get it at a young age, right, Scotto?
Yeah, well, recently, it's like 1995, they found another version of autism, so they keep finding them.
Yeah, I don't think it's something like when you get to 50, though, you can get autism. Can I get autism now?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so
Who knows? But you could get like on early stages of Alzheimer's and stuff like that, but that has nothing to do with
no,
autism.
I can get like 80 billion other things, but at least I can't get autism. But
well, because they just, like in, I think it was 1995, they found Asperger's syndrome, which is a high-functioning form of autism.
Yeah.
So
we have to try and help support other causes. And also, they're touring still. So by the time I put this up, I think they might have 1 or 2 shows left on the tour. Check out the website. Maybe you can go see them. If not, get a T-shirt like Scotto has. You can see Scotto's in the Lone Wolf James We Rock for Autism official shirt.
Yeah, the faces are just under my breasts.
There you go. And you also, I think, get a CD with the shirt. So go there. All right, Scotto, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
I believe,
to you and Bumpskey.
Yeah, I believe we'll be doing a show before New Year's.
Cool.
So we'll be able to either wish everybody Happy New Year's.
That means to get together for Christmas so we can do the show here.
Yay.
Cool.
Ho, 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 ho. All right, everybody. That's it. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.
Get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right.
Peace.